Lately, a lot of people have been calling me and wondering, can they keep their job and own a business? And you can. What we call that is semi-involved. A lot of times people think semi-absentee is what it used to be called. And then people thought, well, absentee is the word they hang on to. Anytime that you're thinking about going into business for yourself and you want to hire a general manager, it's a great idea. You can diversify your portfolio that way. I talked to a gentleman this past week. He just loves what he does, but he wants to diversify his portfolio. The thing is that you need to have an extra 15 to 20 hours a week when you're doing that. Maybe a little bit more actually when the business is first starting up. But many of these franchises that have that manage a general manager, they are going to help you find the right general manager. They're going to give you the right tools to be able to keep these general managers so you don't find yourself one day without a general manager, and now what do you do? And the most important thing when you're looking at these kinds of businesses is that you are a good people manager, not being a micromanager. You need to have good people skills where you're going to allow your people to do what they need to do, and you're going to be able to manage the KPIs and the numbers and those things and let people actually run the business. And your job needs to be flexible, your current job, so that if the manager does have a question, especially in the beginning, again, questions are going to come up. You need to be available to pick up a phone and say yes or no, or however that all flows. There are many people out there that are doing this, so it's a good thing that can be validated. I would say that when you're validating, when you're talking to other franchisees that are doing this, that has to be a big question though, right? The franchisor says it's only going to take me 15 to 20 hours a week. Is that what you're experiencing? Is this taking away from your career? And what people are doing is they're exploring this opportunity. They're letting the business grow, and then they can exit their current role and continue only working 15 to 20 hours a week and have the freedom and flexibility of being a business owner. Another thing that I wanted to add too is that this is a little bit more of an expensive way to go into business, just because of the fact that first, you don't have any income coming in yet, and you're going to be hiring somebody that's going to cost $60,000, $80,000 a year. So just be aware and don't let that point or any of these other points stop you from just exploring. Sometimes it's a learning journey and that ends up in a buying journey or ends up in it wasn't a good idea. But I am happy to help you do the due diligence. I'm happy to point you to the franchises that I know and believe can help you keep your day job and do this. When you're exploring these kinds of opportunities, franchisors have in the federal disclosure document how much money you need to borrow. And in that borrowing includes, your operating cash so that you can understand and plan how much money you need. And the nice thing about going in as a semi-absentee owner or semi-involved owner is that you're keeping your day job, so you're not losing any income. That's probably the hardest thing sometimes for people when they're starting their businesses is that if they're all in, they're losing some income for that first year. And sometimes, healthcare. So this is a great way to just kind of start and get in and get the business up and growing. And then if you want to continue to keep your day job, you could do that. And if you want to, retire from your job and just continue to work 20 hours a week, you can do that. If owning a semi-involved business is something that you are interested in doing, give me a call and I'm happy to show you my top 3 to 5 franchises that I think will fall into this category, and you can, I'll help you explore them.